Alrighty, so welcome. We are doing, I'm doing, and I invited you to come along, 12 days. And I hope to do one every day. I think I've skipped a couple, maybe one. But anyhow, we will do 12. So starting tonight is Thursday. So we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is my last 12. I'm going to do the last 4, counting tonight, live at 8 o'clock. So come see me. It'll be posted on the Facebook page, just like always. The link to the Zoom classroom, so if you want to join us in Zoom, or you can just watch on Facebook, either way you want. Hey, Sherry, how are you? Nancy, it's definitely still going to be recorded, absolutely. And then after the class, I process everything, including any sketches that I give you, and the supply list, all those things, and those will be on the blog. The blog's really easy to find. It's just karamiller.com. Super easy. Okay, so what is going on tonight? Well, let me share I'm going to switch the other camera here for a minute. You're going to see the big shot for a bit and not me. I'm still here. And I'm going to now share. I've got more cameras going than 6 people. Hold on, let me get this one ready. This one is going to give us the close-up of what we're actually doing. Okay, so hi. Hope everybody can see. Over here we have our big shot, and we're going to use that in a minute. And over here is where we're stamping and working. Okay? All right, whoops, I need to move you over just a little bit. I think you people, yeah, good. So Facebook can see it all too. All right, cool. All right, so what do we got going? We are going to make, this is so cute. If you don't have any pizza boxes, and Stampin' Up! Has really cool pizza boxes, and that was one of the other 12 days that I did, showing you those pizza boxes. But if you don't, I have a file that you can make your own, and that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to make this box and make little, oh my God, they're so cute. I love little things. Little 3x3 cards and envelopes that go inside. And so you can make a cute little gift that you would give to somebody that says at the bottom, let's be friends forever. I'm going to do 3x3 cards in here. So, okay, sounds like a big project. It's really not. So let me move you out of the way. First thing you're going to need is the sketch. And here's the sketch. And I will also post the diagram to make the box. Okay, so those will be on the blog with the measurements and the score lines and all those doodads. But for right now, just watch. So first thing we're going to do is get 3 of our cards going. Well, I've already done 1. So you need 3 3x6s. All right, let's move some of this out of the way. So we have 2 left, because I already did 1. Here's 1. Don't look at the boo-boo on the back of it. Okay. Then you're going to look at your sketch, Shelly, and you're going to see that the next line, and seriously, it isn't that tiny when you get it in your hot little mitts. It's the red line is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and then the next one in is 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. Okay, so on my cards, the 2 3/4 is done out of silver foil. This is the HSN version of making cards. Everything's pre-cut and it just pops on down magically. Don't you love it? I love it when someone comes in and makes that happen. Sadly, here at my place, it's me. I'm going to use my snail. So now this is, if you're looking at the sketch, this is the 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And this is going to go right here. So even though these are itty-bitty cards, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, we're making them really detailed and special, even though they're just little tiny note cards. Whisper white on the bottom. So 3x6, 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 score down the middle at 3. All right. Now the next one is the 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. And I have those out of Old Olive. Clearly any color combination you decide that you like. And you can even do things like use your embossing folders and add a little bit of something. You could use pattern paper. These are great projects to use up some of those little scraps that you have sitting in your drawer, or 1 or 2 pieces of leftover designer series paper, pattern paper that you just don't really have enough of. These don't all have to match either. And then lastly is a 1 by 3 little strip that's going to go down the middle of each one. Now, this again, because it's designer series paper, you could use either side, would be kind of cute. And go this way. And you could also, if you wanted to, now I measured all these and everything, but sometimes it's off just a whisker when you're done. So flip it over, and if you see a little bit at the bottom, take your snips and just fix it. All right. So there's my basic card. Now I'm ready to start with my embellishment on that one. And I decided Eastern Medallion, I wanted to circle, and the Eastern Medallion stamp set, Eastern Beauty rather. I haven't used this one in a long time. I pulled this one out because it has a lot of these really cool circle themed stamps. And I liked it. And I had forgotten about it. And I didn't necessarily want Christmas. I wanted something different. So there's my cards. I'm ready with 1, 2, 3. And I grabbed my 2-inch punch and a piece of Whisper White. And I am a really matchy kind of person. I don't like to bring in lots of different things. So as far as colors, I'm going to go with Old Olive, but clearly there's lots of things that look great with Old Olive, depending on the theme that you're doing. A lot of the pinks, pink and green, are really cool together for me too. Okay, so I am going to stamp first, punch later. And I'm going to use this that says, to think of you is to smile. And I'm going to pop that on here. And ink it up. And pop it on here. Now on this side, I have the one that says, life is beautiful. And you can, if you want. Now it's tough to see through with that sitting on top of it. So I'm going to take that off. I'm going to clean it up first with my Stampin' Scrub. Spritz. Stampin' Mist. Little spritz. And then clean my stamp. And then pop that over here out of the way. Then I'm going to take this one that said, this is the one that says life is beautiful. And I just want that to kind of go around the bottom. Now the cool part about this is if you mess up, you just stamp again. It's up to you. If you're feeling brave, you can do it like that. If you'd rather punch it out first and then come back and stamp, you can do that too. What's cool about using the Stampin' Up! Punches though is you can see what you're getting before you do it. So I'm happy with it. Hold it in place and take a punch. And then I'm going to trim this off so I can get up to the next one. And get that in place. Okay. So those are the 2 sentiments that are going to go on top of my card. And then I'm going to take a little piece of ribbon and just give it a little oomph underneath. So I need 2 of these. The beauty of doing this all as a kind of a mass production is you're not pulling stuff out every time and you can go pretty quick. And I'm going to do my ribbon like, I have to stop and think, like this, so that it kind of poofs out. A little bit of snail. And your ribbon, and then you need another little snail under this so that it stays, although this one wanted to stay there. Pick up, pick up, pick up, a little snail. And then the same on this one. I could use a glue dot, but since I'm going to cover this up with my embellishment, Actually, that's not going anywhere. And I'm going to take a couple dimensionals and pop those on. There. Hey guys, snowy Michigan? Ooh, somebody on Facebook is watching us and it's snowy. We don't have snow. We're in Vermont, but no snow. And then when you get this where you want it, you just kind of pop it on down. Same with this one. Oh goodness, get off. Get off. You had snow in Texas? Gee whiz. Okay, so my 3 cards are good. Now I'm ready. Great little note cards that can be used for lots of different ideas. Now I'm ready to work on my envelopes. And this is the envelope punch from Stampin' Up! And I've used it a few times in classes. I really love it because it gives me these extra little weird envelope sizes. Stampin' Up! Does offer 3x3 envelopes in the current catalog. All right, so here's how you use it. You decide what side is your card, what size. And you look down here and it's 3x3. So then I come over, it's all charted. It's 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 is my paper size. Okay, so I have those cut. And then 2 5/8 is the score line. Like, I have no idea what that means. Right up here is where you're going to pick your score line. So I'm going to put my paper in and line it up at 2 5/8, which is right there. And then it comes with a little score tool that I have pulled out. It's right here. The one thing you have to be careful of if you're using the Designer Series paper is don't get too heavy-handed with your score. You can actually just poke a hole through and trim it right off. So you're going to go right across the score line here, and you're also going to punch. Push down this. Then you're going to turn a corner, line this up again with 2 5/8, and your score line, and punch. You kind of get into a production. You're going to do all 4 sides. 2 5/8, punch, and one more. 2 5/8. Put this back in so I don't lose it. 2 5/8 and punch. And then one more punch. I'm going to take one of these corners and tuck it in back here. Okay, so now I've made my envelope, and you're thinking, not really. What are you talking about? Here's my envelope. I'm going to flip this up. And then flip this side in. And flip this side in. And I like to have my envelope with the bottom being the part with the adhesive. And then there's my envelope, ready to tuck you right in. Right? Super cute. So there's one. Here's this one. I need one more. And you can think, decide how you want to do it. You could package it like this with the extra envelope on the bottom so that they look really pretty when they peep through the box or when they open it up. Maybe you leave that, oh, you can't see it. Maybe you leave this last note card up here so that when I close the box, I can kind of see down inside. That looks kind of cool. Or if you want your third envelope, you could put them all enveloped. And when you look down, you see that. Still pretty, still cool. Okay? All right, so we've got our 3 cards inside the box. Let's do the box. So this time I'm going to do it with pattern paper. So you start with your trimmer and you trim your paper down to 6 by 11. Okay? Then you move your trimmer out of the way. And then you're going to need your scoring. All right, so I'm going to score, and I will give you this so that you can see it. I just need to move this board out of the way so I have a nice smooth surface. I will give you the measurements for this, the pattern to do it. It's really not tricky. 6 by 11, and then you're going to score at 1 inch. Again, this is another, be careful if you're using designer paper. Don't get carried away and be super heavy-handed. So at 1 inch and at 5. And then you're going to turn it this way, and we're going to do 1 inch. And I just went too heavy and poked a hole. I told you not to do that. I just have to double check my measurements here. Hold on. 1 inch, 5, 6, and 10. And that's it. So 1 and 5 this way, and then 1, 5, 6, 10. Easy peasy. And then we're ready to put the box together. First thing you have to do is a few snips, a couple of little tweaks on it. And I'm going to turn it over so you can see it. See where I got a little heavy-handed and I poked through? Yeah, I got too aggressive here. And I kind of put a hole through it. I can repair that with some tape on the inside and I'll be okay. But just be careful when you're scoring. If you're using the cardstock, it's not as delicate. If you're using the, I'm going to use some washi tape right now. I would not use that necessarily, but it's here and I just don't want this box to fall apart on us. So I don't know why I would be having pineapples on the inside, but we're okay. All right, so we'll look at this side so that you see it. So you're going to go along and fold on all your score lines. So there was the 1 and the 5 of the long side. And then this way, 1, 5, 6, and the last one with the boo-boo. All right, then you're going to take your snips, and on each one, if you can see it better on this side, I'm going to cut in to the score line. That one, this one, just to the score line, don't go past it. That one, and you do the same thing on the other side. So it's on the long sides, you're doing the snipping. So snip, 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 and one more. Okay, then you're going to grab your tear tape. Just so that you can figure out what you're doing. And you're going to tear tape. And let me just show you what's going to happen and then it will make sense. So this is coming up like this. These two pieces come in. This side comes up and I stick it right there. Okay? So I need tear tape here and here. Just a little piece. You could use a glue dot. You could use a liquid adhesive. The tear tape is just the fastest. And I'm not going to peel off the sticky part yet. I'm just going to get this organized. So there's that. Same thing on this one. Fold them in. And a little bit of tape on each one. This is the inside of the box that I'm looking at right now. So the green with the hearts is going to be outside. And then lastly, this one too. And this is all the adhesive that you need to put this box together. So just the little flip-in pieces get tear tape on them, okay? 6 of them. Now I'm ready to go over to the Big Shot, and we're going to put the center. I am using the lace doilies. So I picked one of my I'm trying to remember, stitch layers, sorry, that I tested on my doily to see where it was. I don't want it to be bigger than my doily because it'll fall through, and I don't want it so tiny that you can't see in. All right, so come over here to the Big Shot, and I'm going to position this where I want it, right in the middle. And run it on through. Now you can't really go, you can come all the way through, but you don't really have to. You can just go through and come back. And then you don't have to worry about messing up your box or anything. All right, let me come back to this camera. All right, so now I have my hole punched. Now I'm going to take my doily. All this is easier to do on a flat piece of paper than it is on an assembled box. And I'm going to, if this is kind of white on one side and ivory on the other, I guess I like the ivory. And I'm just going to put a little bit of snail all around the edge, just a tiny bit. I could use a liquid adhesive if I wanted. I can use Fuse. It doesn't really need to be all that sturdy. It just needs to be on there, and then just pop that down. And then the last thing I did was I took some of the metallic shapes and I put the hearts along the bottom. Now my other one didn't have heart paper, so this is kind of cool. I could have used the plain ones. But I'm just going to go right on top of the hearts that are part of the paper. And one more. And then I'm ready to put my box together. All right, okay, flip it over. I'm going to start down here, take off my tear tape, and then fold this side up. Make sure you're nice and even and squash. And the same thing over here, and squash. And then this piece, take off your tear tape and bring it up. Make sure it's even. See, it really is super easy to assemble. So there's your box, right? Now I just have to do the top. Make sure these pieces come in. And take off your tear tape. 1 and 2. Come on, little temperamental. Tuck you in nice and even. And tuck you in nice and even. And now, make sure I've got a good fold here. I am ready to, I'm going to open up this box. Now, if I wanted, I could stamp right here on the bottom. That's what I did with this one. I did Let's Be Friends Forever. And I waited till the box was together, which made it a little trickier, but it's really not bad. And this time I'm going to use some basic black because I'm afraid that my old olive won't show in there. And the first thing I did, this is all from that same set. This is all from Eastern Beauty. It's got this great circle. So I've got the circle, and it's easy to match it up when you've got the block with you. Get the middle. And then on the other side, I have Let's Be Friends Forever. And I can look down through and see where that's going to go. And voila. And now I am ready to add my cards, and I have a super cute gift. And there we go. It really doesn't need anything else. You could tie a ribbon around it if you wanted. And you are good to go. Everyone is so quiet tonight. Bo, bo, bo. And there we go. How's that? Any questions, anybody? Anybody wondering what we did, how we did it, where we got it? Okay. Now, what else could you put in here? Remember the other box that I showed you with the pizza box? If you fill this up with some little M&Ms or some Christmas candy and then pop a gift card on top, it makes a really great presentation instead of just a gift envelope. Then you've got, I'm all about the little boxes. The boxes that we're making are not quite as stiff as our pizza boxes, so they won't ship well, but they'll be great under the tree. Tucked in your stocking, handed out to friends at work, Secret Santa boxes, lots of fun things. All right, everybody? Oh, little Hershey's, I like that idea. I just finished eating the hugs that were in this house because if anything's left behind, yeah. And I'm of the crazy mentality, oh my gosh, don't let them tempt me tomorrow. Let's eat them all today. And then tomorrow we'll be good. We can start again. My Weight Watcher people don't believe that philosophy, but you know, it works. All right, everybody, have a great night. And remember, I'll be back 8 o'clock tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. We've got 3 more quick little projects to do. Bye.